Hello and welcome to the St Kilda and Bayside Report. It is late November 2019. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Jeremy Rosens.
You are indeed, Mr. Rosens.
Have been for a while now, Gary.
You have been for, well, pretty much all your life, really.
43 years, Gary.
Unbelievable.
In fact,
43.
I've had a birthday since we last filmed, Gary.
You did. Happy birthday, belatedly. Gifts in the mail. Yeah, no problems.
Is there a cake coming?
Yeah, it's coming in. It's coming in. Off camera, you know, we don't want to get, because all the candles will spoil the vision.
Exactly, it gets messy.
It does get messy. Tell me, Mr. Rose, what's happening in St Kilda? Because St Kilda and Bayside, there's so much going on. I know last weekend, you know, let me take you out of St Kilda for a second.
Yes.
Talk about Bayside, because on the weekend we were in Mentone.
We were.
We were in Parkdale.
Yes.
We were in Brighton East.
We've also got something in Cheltenham too, Gary.
In Cheltenham. We're just going all the way down, aren't we? We're going all the way this year.
Because really, this is not just a report on St Kilda, Gary.
No.
It is a report on the Bayside suburbs.
Indeed,
albeit our office is located in St Kilda, Gary.
It is indeed, and our office is doing a lot of work in Paran as well, isn't it?
We have had some
also
sales
good
in
area
Paran,
for us,
Gary, which is just a sensational segue,
Love
Gary,
it.
I've
Yeah.
got to say.
Is that right?
Not so much to Paran, although we did have a sale in Clifton Street, which was undisclosed, Gary. So we've made a decision here that we're going to not spend and dwell time on undisclosed results because no one cares.
What you can't
in fact,
talk about.
People hate us for having undisclosed
Trying to get
prices.
my shirts out because you told me about getting my collars this, you know. Whole
Yeah, we won't
shirt,
say what you said off camera about what I should do, but you know, Gary, we have some style laws, or not even style, just more etiquette around the way that you look.
Well, you are a bit of a benchmark.
Speaking of which, Gary, I've let my hair out for this episode.
Yeah, good on you.
But you're
receding.
You have one stray eyebrow hair that I fear will probably go into your eye at some point.
I got plucked the other day.
Yeah.
I got plucked in the bathroom. My daughter plucked me. She went and said, "You can't walk around like that, Dad." So she went, "Bing!"
Yeah.
She plucked a few of those out.
And
my wife got the scissors.
She might want to revisit that.
Is that right?
She
missed
needs
one.
to revisit
She's
it.
pretty accurate usually.
Wow.
She's the Bill Collins of plucking, the accurate one. They call him Bill Collins, a race caller. Shall we talk about what's been sold, Mr. Rosens?
I don't know how you did it, Gary, but somehow you brought racing into this segment.
You know,
I don't know how you do it. Every month you happen to do it, and you've done it again, so well done to you. But Gary, we did talk about our journeying into the Stonington sort of, because we talked about Paran, that's Stonington.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the house that we sold in Budds Lane, Gary.
Hey,
we
the House of
previewed it
Rock
last
was.
month.
The House of Rock was, Mr. Rosens. Yep.
What a result, Gary.
Yeah, that was a good result, all right, wasn't it?
Multiple bidders. It was an exciting result, Gary. We had a range of between 9 and $1 million. I think we had a reserve toward the top end of that range, Gary, and a result that surpassed that significantly, Gary. And sold for $1,205,000.
That's a lot, isn't it?
20% over the auction there. Limor and Nikki conducted that campaign sensationally, and a terrific outcome.
Well done to the wonderful sales ladies in the office, because I called them on the other GPTV. I said, "Oh, the girls are doing a great job." Did I get shot down by my partner?
Do you know, Gary? I actually called them ladies I called them magnificent ladies whilst introducing them at an auction.
Yeah.
And somebody approached them after and had a go at me for calling them ladies. So I'm a bit miffed as to what to describe them as.
Okay. Can we be called the boys anymore? Is that also inappropriate?
Gary, I've been called so many things.
I know
that. If you call
boys
me
would be the best thing you've been called for a long time.
As good as it would get for me at the moment. I'll be going well.
Fair enough.
Boy.
I'm struggling to keep up with the new era of language, Jeremy. You know,
yes,
really,
language is important, Gary. We've been through this, as our sleeve lengths, which clearly you've...
I'll pop them back out again. Hey, tell me what's going on. What else have we sold? Ackland Street. We love it, Ackland Street.
What a result.
Hey,
what about
Gary? What about Irwell Street? Wow.
Now, Gary, I don't want to be a stickler for the rules here, but there is an order and an agenda, and you've just blown it out of the water. But since you've stuffed it up, let's just go with it, because Irwell Street.
Earl Street sold on the weekend. It's a
huge
hot recent sale. We're talking about
I don't know if we can.
Yeah, we can. We can talk about the prices. It's disclosed.
You?
Yeah. Well, it's disclosed.
Just
no
allow me to put a bit of a line
was
through
sold,
there.
It was sold before auction.
Yes.
1 bedroom.
Yes.
Company share.
Yes.
No parking.
Yes. Gary, I think what you've designed by that description is you've taken the gloss off it. What you haven't said, it is the ultimate St Kilda location.
It is. That's true, Jeremy.
You don't need a car space when you've got a car park not too far away.
That's
you
true
also can smell the coffee
it's
from
very
Ackland
stylish,
Street.
cool
You can
spot.
see the scenic railway from just looking
like
that. You've got you can smell the salt water from the beach.
Yep.
Gary, that's a location that's hard to beat. So I'm not surprised it went well, but I am surprised that it got such a significant above.
And there was a few
reserve result.
buyers.
There was a number of parties there, Gary.
And someone from Sydney ended up buying it. Tell me about Auckland Street.
Because in Sydney, Gary, that's what you pay
for garage.
That's the deposit for a decent
Maybe
house,
not even
Gary.
a double garage. Tell us about Auckland Street.
I was in the middle of doing that, Gary. A
Interrupt
studio
you.
apartment, Gary. Another magnificent result. Amazing to think that a studio apartment today, Gary, is about $350,000.
Yeah, well, we weren't looking at that, were we? I mean, we thought it would be in the twos,
We
somewhere for sure.
thought, and you know,
and
all
that
of
was
the
a runaway
data
train.
showed us that it would probably sit around that level. But the runaway train it was, Gary, $354,000 with multiple bidders coming left, right, and centre.
Yeah, that train was on express to a record price.
Certainly
Mr.
was,
Rosens.
Gary.
Yep.
Whilst we're talking about trains and express routes, 14 at 64 Elmer Road, Michael Jonas went down there with his little broken hand, Gary, but it didn't stop him from getting down there.
There's a story behind that broken hand.
There's always a story, Gary.
that's right.
There's always a story. When someone breaks something, it doesn't happen by accident, Gary.
Well,
but we
can.
won't go into that.
Yeah.
But if you do want to find out what happened, just give me a ring.
Yeah.
My number will be on this. No, it won't be on this.
There we go.
Nevertheless, Gary, what a great result. We ended up having 5 people vying for that, 5 bidders, an exciting Sunday morning auction, 5 bidders, sold under the hammer, Gary, $657,000. And then the guy put another $250 on top, and I took it from him.
And that was
because that's what you do.
Well, sometimes you
And
have
I
to,
actually, well, with this guy
the
that was
business end
bidding,
of the auction,
he was bidding with some serious increments.
Some
and it was-
gusto, Jeremy.
Well, they were interesting. They were difficult increments. And I actually said to him, "Is this hate your agent day or something?"
Yes, and he responded?
Instead of just smiling at me, he said, "Yes, because I hate agents." But dare I say, now I've seen the testimony that he's written about myself and Michael, and he is a fan of us now.
We've converted him, have we? Turned him
believe we have.
around.
I believe we have.
Fantastic. How good
Another
is that?
great sale, Gary, was 2 at 349 Orong Road in St Kilda. He sold for $430,000 prior to the auction, Gary, which is exciting.
What about last weekend? We just sold that place in Cardigan Street for that was under a lot of competition. What
did, Gary.
Tell us. I'm out of order, but I
I've
like
got to tell
mixing
you,
you
Gary,
up.
this
Tell us about that.
is the perfect recipe for what buyers want in East St Kilda. It was a gorgeous older style
What's
apartment.
hot right now? Old style's hot.
Older style apartment, refurbished or beautifully decorated.
That's hot. Yep.
Boutique block.
That's hot.
Great location.
That's hot.
And it sold, I can't even remember what it sold for, Gary, because it was 2 days ago. And
Really?
you're going to just have a bit of a walk away.
I can have a little walk away.
Well,
So
I'm not
I think
really-
it was 880,000 or something.
I think it was
like that.
870.
How about we put up on the screen the figure? But it was well in excess of expectation.
It
which
was, Gary,
sort
because
of
the
around that
reserve
eight
was
figure,
like around the mid-sevens.
Mid-sevens
so
to
it
8.
sold well in excess
We'll
of
put it
that.
up on the screen so
I think it's a
people
good
might
idea.
have to
I think it
guess.
was 875,
Yeah.
876. But
I think it was
we
880
also sold 4 at 215 Orong Road, Gary.
I'm
which
going
didn't-
with 884. Go on.
It's not 884. It's 876.
We'll put it up.
In fact, it is 876.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
But-
weren't you the auctioneer?
Yeah, I was.
Well, how do you not know or remember? What's wrong with
because
you?
Gary, you know,
The young generation is supposed to remember everything. You're supposed to know it all. You say you know it all.
No, you think that
Oh.
we know it all.
Yeah,
because
I do think you know it all.
What you've forgotten.
Yeah, so you
what's
don't know
this-
much. You're just a real estate agent.
Yes. Anyway, 4 at 215 Orong Road failed to sell at auction, Gary.
Yeah.
Which is rare in this marketplace.
It is.
We had a reserve of $1,029,000, and within a couple of weeks, Daniel Mechmacher did the deal there at $1,029,000 at the asking price, which is what happens when you have a sharp asking price. Which is what happened at 202 at number 80 Carlisle Street, Gary, with an asking price of $605,000. We sold it not 605, $609,000, sold for $604,000.
Okay.
Stay with me here, folks. $604,000.
I hope you can, 'cause I'm lost.
In the Saint Building on Carlisle Street.
Oh, yeah. Go to the mighty Saint building. Come on, let's keep going.
I think we're going to have to.
Shall we
we
talk
really
about-
do need to get somebody else.
Shall we talk about what's coming up? Because
That's a good idea,
We've finished
Gary.
the sales now. And
Well,
you know,
you finished the sales a long time ago, Gary. Not only did you finish them, you messed them up. You were out of order. You haven't brought a lot to this meeting, Gary. I got to say.
I bought Paris Hilton. I
But
bought the races in. Yeah.
Well,
I
there
bought
is
in
time
fashion,
for
bought in
you
everything.
to redeem yourself, Gary, because we're off to Elstonwick.
Oh, I love it in Elswick. Grew
We're
up
off
there.
to
Spent
Horn
most of my
Street,
life there.
Gary. We're off to 8 at 39
Horn
Horn
Street.
Street. A very well-known salubrious establishment used to
let's
occupy.
just lay the facts out. It used to be the Daily Planet there.
Do you know
And
my
I was a little
mum-
kid. I used to run past and ring the bell and run off.
You would,
It was
you
great.
would.
It was entertaining.
You would.
Those
As a
days
fu-
didn't have the internet. That was what you used to do. Is that-
7th of December, Gary.
Yep.
Nikki Janova and
Yes.
Limor Herskovitz are going to be selling this one, Gary. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, dual-level town residence, Gary, in the heart of Elstonwick.
It's a good address.
Just
I
a
know it.
stone's throw from Glen Huntley Road, where all the activity is. You've
Yeah.
got that fabulous Bang Bang restaurant around the corner.
Yeah, amongst others. You've got many others.
I just wanted to refer to
Got
that
a
one in
great
particular.
pizza place next to the classic cinema there as well. I don't know if you know that.
48H gnocchi and something bar.
Beautiful. I got a pizza the other
Genuine
day.
Italian food, Gary. The real deal.
Yeah, I know. There's a mum in the kitchen putting it all together, saying, "Come on, eat my food. It's beautiful here."
Yep. And for all the Italians out there, I apologise for Gary's
That's all right. I love
crude
Italians.
attempt at trying to be
I
Italian.
love Italian food. I love Italian people and the Italian culture in the country.
Yes, Gary.
Happy to say
Well,
that.
whilst we're in this sort of European theme,
Yep.
we've got a property at 48 Marine Parade, which is in my opinion, the St Kilda House of the Month, Gary.
Okay.
The reason why we're going with the European theme because it has a French chic feel by the beach, Gary.
A bit Swiss chalet-ish.
Well,
almost, yeah.
no, because we said French, not Swiss.
Okay. Well, they do border each other.
They
can get
do,
close,
but
we go with Belgium. It's somewhere in the middle.
I think that would
Okay.
be fair.
It's good. It's a compromise.
That's not bad.
We're
by you,
negotiating
Gary.
here.
That's not
Okay,
bad. It's
fair
a
enough.
5-bedroom stunner, Gary. 4 bathrooms, 3 cars, literally on the water, Gary.
I tried to buy something there once years ago, right in that location. I was outbid, unfortunately. Or
Yeah.
never.
Not enough in the
I
tank,
regret it.
Gary?
No, it wasn't, unfortunately. Sold for
Not enough in the
200,000
tank.
or something like that. I got outbid.
200,000, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you should have probably just
Might
gone
have
that
been,
little
might have been
extra,
pounds,
Gary.
yeah. No, it was a long time ago. Yeah.
Shillings, perhaps even, Gary.
Possibly so, but that was a long time ago. But great location. I could certainly recommend that one.
This is as good as it gets, and that's
Doesn't
been,
get better.
you know, this is a tale of also 2 offices working together, Gary. So we've got the lovely St Kilda agents. I think we'll just refer to them as agents, Limor and Nikki, and Jan from our Bentley office.
Jan
Gary.
Dosen, one of the few people that can speak Mandarin, English, and German. Not many of those around, is there?
I wouldn't have thought so,
No,
Gary.
yeah,
Although there
that's a
might be a
skill.
few. There might
She
be
can
a
say
few.
ni hao, a wiedersehen, and a g'day. All of that just in one line. How's that? It's pretty good. Not many people can do that, can they?
Gary, you've done well.
Yeah.
You've done well. You've done well. But I want to talk about this one, Gary, because
Okay.
whoever built this has done well.
Yep.
30A Wave Street. This
Yep.
is
Oh,
architectural
this is
splendour.
spectacular
This has
property,
won some
yeah.
awards, Gary,
It
if I'm
has
not
indeed.
mistaken. It
Yeah,
has won some
indeed.
serious
Didn't we
design
cross
awards.
to you on GPTV last week about
Well,
this
I don't know.
property?
Did
So
you?
I can't remember what we're going to if we haven't. But
Well, if you haven't, you're going to,
it
because
is a
I was great there.
fantastic- Yeah, you
That's a
were
good
great there.
house.
Go and see the video of this one.
This
It's a
is
beauty.
a seriously good house, Gary. It's sort of in that part of Wave Street that overlooks the canal, and it's beautiful.
And I think it's
and
expected to
leafy.
get low to mid 2s. Who knows what will happen?
Well,
in the
I
day
think this
in
should
that
have a
range.
2 in
Yeah.
front of it, Gary, because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
gorgeous Elwood living. Your choice of 3, maybe even 4 bedrooms. You've got a bedroom downstairs, multiple bathrooms, and a big backyard, Gary, with
All
off-street
north-facing
parking,
too, if I'm
Gary.
not mistaken.
Beautiful north orientation, getting that
Sun-drenched,
western
yeah,
sun as well,
sun-drenched.
Gary. Elwood living at its finest, close enough to the beach that you could walk,
Yep.
but far enough away that you don't hear the waves.
Well, fair enough.
But it is, Gary, in Wave Street.
It's great buying.
It is
We can
great
recommend
buying,
it.
Gary.
Home of the week.
Also great buying is number 2, Denver Crescent in
yeah.
Elston with
Love it
Gary
down
on
there.
the corner
Yeah.
there. This is a lovely period home, Gary.
Take me home to those
lovely
country
period
roads.
home. 4 bedroom, 2.5 bathroom,
John
2
Denver.
cars, yes, Gary.
Yeah, got it.
Yes,
Yeah.
got a swimming pool
Yeah,
too,
young.
which I'd love you to swim in, and I'd love to
Yes.
go in that pool with you and hold your head underwater for a number of minutes.
Is that like to bless me? Is that the sort of
Yes,
thing?
well, you'd be blessing me, you, and a number of other parties who will remain nameless. I guess probably your family will be the only
Fair
that will
enough.
be happy about. Shouldn't say that, Gary. That's in
Yeah,
poor
poor
taste.
taste, it
What
is.
happens if you went swimming tonight and drowned?
Yeah,
I'd feel
you'd feel
terrible.
forever responsible,
I
wouldn't you?
wouldn't feel responsible. I'd feel terrible.
Okay, fair enough.
For
You
a
get-
minute.
you
and
get over it then, yeah.
I would get over it. It'll take me a couple of days.
Denver's a beauty. Let's move on
Denver
to
is
our
a ripper.
final
That
offering
is
here.
a ripper. I do want to talk about the price of Denver, Gary, because it's 1.65 to 179.
Good
so
value.
call that 1.8. That's
Under
gonna
2
be a good
million.
house.
Sounds like a great snap-up buy.
Speaking of snap-up buys, Gary, before the Christmas cheer comes, you should make this snap purchase, Gary.
Make this
I know you love
yeah.
that line, the snap purchase at 2 at
Snap
33 Elm
purchase.
Grove in St Kilda East. This one's going
Great
to be in
street.
that 550 to 6, Gary. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car, nice deck,
I like the
good
deck.
car space.
I like the outdoor area
Who
apartments.
doesn't like
Yeah,
an
love
outdoor
it.
area, Gary? It's like that property that I described in Cardigan Street. If you've got an outdoor entertaining area, it is
got it all.
going to hit the
You've got it
market
all.
with pace.
Very good. Well, that sounds like a very good range of offerings there.
A
Mr.
lot of
Rosens.
good offerings,
Lots
Gary.
happening. And of course, there's no place better in the world to be than in St Kilda this time of year.
There's a lot
The
happening in
sun-
St Kilda.
The sun comes out, people are starting to get festive, there's great food, there's bars, there's laughter, there's beautiful people walking around having a beautiful time. It's just fantastic.
I just want to correct you on a number of points. All of that stuff does happen in winter. I mean, our cameraman's keeling over here.
No, winters.
Is that a good
Come
sign
on,
when we
Logan.
make the cameraman laugh, or is it
Probably
a
is, I
sign
don't
that
know.
we're probably
I think he's an easy laugh. He's a cheap. He's a cheap target for a laugh.
Well,
Yeah.
It's not like he couldn't defend him.
He's
Gary.
very-
He
I know.
defended everybody else this morning.
He's very, very, very got low standards of humour because he does laugh at ridiculous things. But I'm happy with that because we need all of the encouragement we can get.
We do, Gary. We do. Well, Gary, I got to say, we're nearing the end of the year.
Yep.
We're in November,
Yeah.
and it's been a tough, challenging year.
Oh, it has.
But it's been an awesome finish
Yeah.
to the year, and
Great
we're not
finish,
there
yeah.
yet. And I'm excited for the next month because I've got big things planned. I just think the next month is going to be huge.
If you want to sell this year, you can still get
You've
on
got
board.
time, Gary.
You've got
It's
time. That's the
tight,
good
but
news.
I tell you what,
we can get
though,
you in. Yep.
Our February,
I know.
it is
frightening.
chock-a-block.
It
So I'm not
is
even sure. I mean, we'll always
frightening.
find time.
Excitedly frightened, positively frightening. if
I
can
reckon
say
it's
that, yeah.
next year. This market is
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to make some grand big statements. I reckon the market's going to hit the ground running in
Feels
Feb
like it.
2020, and it is
Feels
going to be a good year, Gary. I can feel it in my bones.
Well, that's the prediction of Mr. Jeremy Rosens, the St Kilda and Bayside king of real estate, as we like to call him, and think of him as, at least
never
for
heard
this,
you say that, Gary.
only just for now, for this show's purposes. After the show's over, we'll call you something else again. Thanks for your care with that. Really appreciate that. He's a bit of a style guru as well.
I'm not
That's
a
big
style
wrap-
guru. I just wasn't born in I don't know, a tent like you must have been to walk around like this. Look how much better that looks.
That looks fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a big wrap on this edition of
Huge wrap.
GPTV from the agent with the uneven sleeves now, and Mr. Jeremy Rosens. We look forward to bringing you the news, and we're going to have a bit of a wrap.
I think we should go. We should have like a little outtakes next month.
Yeah, maybe we will. Otherwise, we'll be back in February to talk about what's happened over the break and all of the offerings ahead. We look forward to bringing you the news on this St Kilda Bayside edition. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Jeremy. We'll see you next time.